The name of the Lord, it means, literally, the unfolding now.
The unfolding
now. The unfolding now. The continuum of existence, whatever happens from moment to moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, why loving the Lord is so important, because there's nothing else to do in life but make the best of circumstances, to love whatever actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's a good circumstance, you have to appreciate it. If it's a bad circumstance, you have to make the best of it, be an optimist, because otherwise it's harder to get out of. Also, you can see from the Lord being one, as it says in the Bible, when you understand the Lord this way, you understand how this is a declaration of monotheism. Because if the unfolding now, which is really all there is, there's nothing more than the unfolding now, is a singularity, that must mean there's an omnipresent.
So one thing about the unfolding now is that you still have all the past, like not just the past in the sense of like microseconds, but also the past in terms of like thousands of years. So it wouldn't...
Where is it?
Well, it's in...
We don't have yesterday, we don't have tomorrow, we only have the unfolding now. God is the truth.
But we have knowledge. I would argue knowledge is past.
Is it?
And wisdom.
Is it?
Yeah. Like when you think of all these books were all written in the past. And we can...
They're records.
But they're here.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It says in the Bible, in the Torah, that the Lord loves Jacob, but hates Esau, which is commonly pronounced Esau, his brother. How can this be? You need to know Hebrew for this. Because Jacob means the heel, or what will be the heel. Future tense. Esau means we did it. It's the past tense. In Hebrew it literally is, it's also asu. It means what we have done in the past. So of course, the Lord, which is the unfolding now, loves the heel, because it is the heel that brings us into our next moment. That is the first thing that lands when you take a forward step. That is what brings us into the future, is what is the heel, what will cause things. The heel also means cause. So when it says that the Lord loved Jacob, it also is saying that the Lord loves what will cause, because that creates the Lord. Whatever will cause is what creates the present tense, the unfolding now. But the Lord hates, i.e. continually moves further and further away from what we have done.
Sounds very allegorical.
It's the truth. It never changes. It's a different level of understanding. Don't rest on your laurels. This is what God is also. The moral of the story of this is don't rest on your laurels. Because the Lord loves what will cause. Because the heel literally means cause.
The Greek translation of the Tetragrammaton, those four letters, comes out ho'on, the being one, the present participle of the Greek verb to be.
For the Lord?
For the Tetragrammaton.
Oh, that makes sense.
There's 4 letters in Greek.
No, it has 3 letters in Greek. Ho, the article.
It has 4 letters in English. L-O-R-D.
Yes, but that's not really...
That's just a coincidence.
I'm assuming the Greek translators tried to reproduce the Hebrew grammatical form, which also is a present participle of the verb to be.
It's very related to it. So think about it, so you can understand the point or the historical basis in what I said regarding the Lord being the unfolding now, the continuum of existence.
Okay.
Because yes, this is how it's based.
Do you consider the Tetragrammaton as a name?
Sorry, what is...
Yeah, the name of the Lord is...
What? I'm lost here.
Okay.
I'm understanding what you're saying, I just don't know
sorry.
what's coming out of.
The Tetragrammaton is... It means a 4-letter name, which is used to mean Lord. Sometimes people don't want to say Lord.
Okay.
Or it's a technical term of referring to Lord.
Can you give us an example of how you use this when you're speaking?
The word Tetragrammaton?
Like you actually use that word to refer to the Lord.
If one is speaking in a theological manner, so to analyze it. So let's say I was saying, I would like to analyze for you the 4 letters of the Tetragrammaton.
Okay.
It would be used in that sense.
Okay.
You don't say that. You don't pronounce those 4 letters.
These letters are not commonly pronounced by the Orthodox Jews.
Others would pronounce?
It depends on who.
My question is that if depending on your interpretation. God appeared as a man. Can we not then, on the basis of that appearance, make an image of him? But you can't make an image of God. We would all agree on that, I think.
It's not because you can't, like it's forbidden to, because you can't. How are you going to?
It's not.
How are you going to make an image of the unfolding now? From here to the other side of the universe.
The Yahweh thing.
How can you do it?
That's where the unfolding thing comes from.
That's the right. That's the name of the meaning of the Tetragrammaton, is the unfolding now. How is it possible? Can someone explain to me to make an image of this?
Well, okay.
Right? Can you represent this somehow? Right.
That we can all agree on.
And so just to conclude this,
okay.
The name of the Lord, the 4 letters, the Tetragrammaton, it literally means the unfolding now. Whatever happens from moment to moment, what gives and takes the present tense, etc. Hence how monotheism can be stated simply in the Lord is one. Because if the unfolding now is a singularity, of course that means there's an omnipresent. Or hence why loving the Lord is so important, because that's saying to love whatever happens, because there's nothing else to do in life but make the best of circumstances. If it's a good circumstance, you have to appreciate it, otherwise one is an ingrate. If it's a bad circumstance, you have to be optimistic, otherwise it's harder to get out of it. That's just how it is. It is also said that the Lord is what was, is, and will be. That the Lord is what was, is, and will be. And this is because the unfolding now is a combination of past, present, and future. My present tense, when you see me, is your future. And your present tense, I see you in the past. See, when I exist as the moment I exist, that's...
it's like the stars. When we see the stars,
right, there's a time delay. There's a time delay.
I understand, but your perception of me has a different temporal aspect than my perception of you. I don't quite understand why.
The unfolding now, which is an amalgam of all existence whenever it is a combination of past, present, and future.
Yeah.
Because when I exist, just my existence is the future of when you see me.
Yes.
You see me a tiny bit in the past. But I see you, when I get you, you're already in the future. So my present tense, you're in the future. But...
Why? But when I see you, you're in the past?
Because it takes time for the light to arrive. In the same way we look at the sun.
Oh, I'm already in the future. Yes, okay, I get
see?
that. But how come when you said, when I see you, you're in the past, wouldn't you also be you are in the future?
I'm in the future.
Yes.
When you see me in the same way that you're in the future.
In the past.
What you see is the past.
Yeah, okay, I got that.
You see, so hence the unfolding now is a combination of what was, is, and will be. So how it is made an equivalency. The name of the Lord is what was, is, and will be.
Okay. Which
at the same time equals the unfolding now. So this is so important to recognize that this was known thousands of years ago. Okay? That this fairly modern understanding that people would think is modern is not. Keep this in mind regarding the wisdom that is really in God's Word. Okay? People seem to think it's outdated, but it's not the case. The previous was taken from www.veryveryEasyToRemember.com.